Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of We Are Legion Live. Tonight we have Color of the Sun joining us. How's it going,
Oh,
man?
hi.
Why don't we start off and you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Maddox. Color of the Sun is my band, and right now it's just me. Currently, I'm pretty sure my friend is going to be an additional vocalist, which is going to be really cool. And I also collaborate with some of my other friends. So it's pretty much it's very chill, but it's mostly just me. I'm a guitarist and a producer, so it's mostly just me doing that. And I've just been having a lot of fun with it.
Okay, all right. So whereabouts are you located?
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Windy City.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. What part of Chicago?
Um, in the western area right now, I kind of move around a lot. So I've lived on the eastern side. I went to school downtown. I went to school to study theater technology, and since that's not happening right now, I sort of picked up music while I was in quarantine. So I've just been doing that, and then I've lived a couple of other places in Chicago, but I really love it here.
Oh yeah, I lived in Chicago for a couple months when I was in boot camp up there for the Navy. So
Right.
yeah, but it gets a little bit too cold up there for me. I mean, I was I
Is
was I was there from the end of July to the middle of September, and it was pretty cold at nighttime going into September. And but we were close to the
yeah.
lake, so
Yeah, it can get pretty cold, especially by Great Lakes. Yeah, um, it was it's actually like 40 degrees now, and like we're all ready to go to the beach because it can get brutally cold.
yes.
But
Okay. So you said you just picked up music during quarantine. What are some of your influences and what brought you to doing music during the quarantine?
um, I mean, like I knew a little bit of guitar previously before quarantine. I knew like basic chords and stuff like that. Um, I guess I've always like wanted to make music. I've always like tried. I've been in different bands before, from high school. I've tried multiple times, high school, college, and it never really worked out. And so when I was, in lockdown in April, um, I just kind of started playing with the synths on GarageBand, and I was listening to a bunch of different music. I was listening to vaporwave music, which is pretty easy to make. So I started just kind of like remixing songs like that. But I also like am extremely influenced by shoegaze and post punk music and goth music, and like psychedelic type stuff. And so that's kind of what I want to make like legitimately, especially the shoegaze dream pop. I call, what I make, dream rock, because it's sort of an amalgamation of all of those things. So I've sort of like kind of created my own genre. I know some other people claim that genre as well, but not a lot of people do. So it's sort of an amalgamation of a bunch of sort of adjacent genres.
Okay. How does it feel when you're making the music? What's the feeling that you want to get put out when you are making your music?
Um, I just really loved like dreaminess and like taking somebody to, a specific moment, and time and place, even if that moment and time and place doesn't even exist. Um, for my first single, Fade Away, it is a moment that did exist. It's a moment that happened to me. And it's, most of my songs are, they're based on moments that happened to me, but I kind of want to exaggerate them and combine those sort of dreamy elements to, make them into something new.
Okay. Um, you mentioned you play guitar.
Mhm.
What other instruments would you like to learn how to play and kind of incorporate into your music?
I would definitely, the first thing I want to do is get better at guitar because I'm decent, but I'm not incredibly good. I don't know a lot of music theory. I don't know how to, I do know how to read music, but not very well. So I definitely would like to get better at guitar. I know basics of how to play a lot of instruments. I did play the bass for a little bit. I know how to play synths. Probably learning piano might help. But learning like actual theory and like how to play guitar as opposed to me sort of knowing kind of how I'm doing it, but not really knowing how I'm doing it. That's kind of the main thing
Yeah.
that I'd like to learn.
Okay. Is if you could collaborate with anybody out there right now, who would you like to collaborate with?
Mm, I my favorite record label is a record label called Days Records. They're an alternative record label out of, I believe, LA and New York. Um, and most of my favorite bands are on that label. Um, there is a band called Drab Majesty, which I really love. There's another band called Choir Boy. So really anybody on that label, like if I could just like get into that world, I would die. I would just love that.
Okay. Other than that, any like indie bands that you have like favorites of out there that you've been kind of driving with?
Um, I mean, I'm so new, so I'm sort of like learning a bunch of indie bands. Um, I'm not really sure because, well, I guess um, I do collaborate with a lot of people that I want to. I collaborate with a person named Mikey Tardy, who I did a song with them in October called White Line of Surrender, which I really wanted to collaborate with them. Like I approached them to collaborate, and I also approached a band called DZ Riley, which I guess I am biased because I did live with the main person in that band, but he is just an absolute like genius at what he does, and so like I currently am actually collaborating with him, and I would just really love to further into the future. But other than that, I'm sort of like I said, I'm so new that there's just like so many people that I'm just kind of getting their vibes with. So I would have to come back to that like as I go further along.
Not a problem there. How have you been spending your pandemic? Mostly on the creative side, writing, or has it just been uh, laying stuff down, or how you been
Um,
spending your time?
I mean, yeah, music has been kind of taking up a lot of my time, and that's sort of by design because I am a high risk person. So until I'm vaccinated, I can't get a job. I've been, preparing. I've been in a job readiness program, preparing to get another job. I've also, in the past, I've been a social media coordinator. So I really enjoy doing that, and that's why like I love doing the social media aspect for my band so much is because that's what I do. And because nobody, is hiring me to do that, uh, I get to do it for myself, which is really cool. So I've been enjoying, doing that. But other than that, it's just been, a lot of music. I also got a kitten who I'm taking care of. His name is Noodle. Um, so it's been like a couple things, but it's been a lot of music and then social media promoting my music.
Yeah. Uh, and have you been you see my daily streams on Twitter and stuff where I ask
Mhm.
people to drop their links and stuff? Have you been taking advantage of that and talking with some of the other artists and stuff like that? Because
Mhm.
there's a ton of artists out there that actually just love to collaborate with people from different genres and stuff, and they would and with all different levels of experience, with you being so new in the music industry, I think you find it very valuable if you just pick the brains of some of those people that have been doing it for a while and just kind of get your
Mhm.
footing.
Yeah,
And then,
definitely. I have been talking. I joined a um, group of people that we sort of all try to boost each other's streams. Um, so I definitely am like, you know, meeting other people. Like I said, I definitely need to give it, more time. And, but I definitely do. I can see myself, collaborating with others, in the future.
yeah, um, kind of lost my train of thought. You were talking about the social media aspect for the band and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Why don't we take a minute here and you let everybody know out there what all your social media sites are and how they can listen to your music.
For sure. So, our single Fade Away is available, I believe, everywhere. It's definitely available on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all of that stuff. You can just search it. Our Twitter is Color of the Sun 1, um, with no space. We also have an Instagram that is Color of the Sun with no spaces and then underscore band. And we also have a TikTok account, which is my personal favorite to use. And that's actually where I've been meeting a lot of people to collaborate with as well, probably even more so than Twitter. And our account there is Color of the Sun Band with no spaces.
Okay. So, how active? You said you wanted to add other people to the band and to collaborate with.
Mhm.
Any specific type of person that you're looking for? Are you looking for like bass players, drums? What kind of?
Really, you know, anybody that has any value to add. I mean, for the most part, I believe the most consistent um, thing for me would be myself and my friend who would be the vocalist who is a better vocalist than me. Um, but other than that, I sort of approach it the same way that like Gorillaz approaches things. How they make music, but they have features on pretty much every song that they make. Um, so that's definitely approach that, at least in the beginning, I would definitely like to take. So I'm not really, you know, peculiar about, what skills somebody has, like, as long as, they're willing to collaborate and that the most important thing for me is that they get like the music that, we are trying to make and they sort of understand that style and want to be a part of that style. That's really the most important thing for me, and whatever they can do, I value anything.
Okay. Are you like the primary songwriter for the band, or
Yes. So for Fade Away, I wrote most of the lyrics. Mikey Tardy, who I had mentioned before, wrote the lyrics at the very beginning. There is another song that's going to be coming out soon that they actually wrote all of the lyrics for. I believe the next song that is coming out, though, I wrote all of the lyrics for. So I am a songwriter. I guess I would consider myself the primary songwriter. I'm definitely the primary, like all of the instruments, all of the music part, that is all me. Um, but lyrics, it kind of goes back and forth, but I definitely do a lot of it.
Okay. And you mentioned your song here, and I think yeah, I do have it queued up. I'm going to go ahead and play your song "Fade Away"
For sure.
for everybody here, and let me count it out. I can't even know your gaze, circling a drink, shaking as I fade away. Memories on my back, I can't even trust my own heart. They have moved fast, don't know when it's
That's fun,
Right
isn't
on.
it?
Yeah, that was a very good song. I mean, and you did. Oh, obviously, I could tell that it was your vocals and stuff, and you said you did all the instruments and stuff for that one as well.
I did. Uh, I did the instruments. I did the vocals, and I wrote about 75% of the lyrics, but I do acknowledge I did not write, all the lyrics, and the lyrics at the beginning that were written by my friend Mikey basically was like the jumping point for the rest of the lyrics. So like I definitely didn't do it all alone.
It's a great song, and that's the only one that you've really got out right now on
Yeah,
Spotify, anyways.
as of right now, I do have other stuff that I had done on SoundCloud. That's all instrumental stuff because I also do instrumental stuff. I also do composing, and there will be another song coming. Hopefully, if not by the end of this month, definitely like in April.
Okay. Um, so you mentioned that you were a high risk group
Mhm.
for COVID. So what are your plans for after vaccination? After this thing kind of dies down a little bit, they start opening things back up some more. Are you wanting to get out and do like local gigs or
hmm I
stuff like that?
definitely do, for sure. I definitely want to uh, do local gigs. I definitely want to, perform. I want to get out there, especially because, I'm young and I had, a good chunk of my time that I could have been like experiencing now, being in the music industry, experiencing like that sort of community. I'm definitely ready, for that. So I'm super excited.
So are you looking to stay like in the Chicago area or
Oh yeah. I mean,
maybe migrate? You said you studied film and stuff in school. Maybe go towards Southern California or something like that, where
um,
they have a music scene and a movie scene.
no, I'm definitely biased towards Chicago. I really,
Okay,
love it here.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, staying where you're comfortable is a good base to get started
Yeah.
out at. You don't want to be somewhere just starting out and be uncomfortable as well because that's just horrible for everybody involved, especially
Yeah.
yourself. Um,
Yeah, that too, and also like I already have, a community here, so I definitely don't want to just,
yeah, I mean, it's great to have that support behind you, and especially when you're just starting to get your legs underneath of you. You got to have that community to have your back, and
mhm,
because times aren't always probably going to be good. There's going to be days and nights that you're just not feeling it, and you're going to need those
mhm,
people that kind of pick you back up.
for
And
sure.
I can completely understand that as well. Now, is you said you want to like get out and play locally, but
Mhm,
being in Chicago, you're really not far from like Milwaukee or like
mhm.
say Detroit or Indianapolis and Cleveland and Cincinnati are all pretty within distance. Would you be willing to like collaborate and maybe join up with bands from those areas to play shows as well?
Yeah, I would definitely consider like if, touring becomes a viable option to me, I definitely would consider it, and I definitely would consider, playing shows in other cities if that becomes an option that's available to me.
Okay. Any place in particular in Chicago that you really want to look forward to playing at?
Mm,
Any particular venue?
I don't think I have a very. I have a venue that I am very excited to get back to, and that's Metro, which is a venue in Chicago. Um, that's specifically they have a goth night there that I really would love to get back to. As far as playing it, because that's the a DJ place. But as far as venues to play, I really anywhere. You know, I'm not. looking for one specific place.
So
I
you, I
want to
mean,
play
if
anywhere.
say they're like one night only, you got to play Soldier Field or Wrigley Field, you wouldn't be kind of partial to those places or something like that.
um, I guess I have, if that was to happen, I definitely would be. But
This is
being in
your
a
show, your time. You can tell me
being,
wherever you want to play, man.
I guess being like, because I grew up in, I didn't, grow up in Chicago. I grew up in New Jersey, which has a local punk scene, and I also, know people who are in the do-it-yourself scene here. So I guess to me, like large venues and stuff like that, while playing them would be, amazing. Like those were never my expectations. My expectations were really to be places that I would find a community that I could build around my music, as opposed to, playing stadiums. But, if I got to play stadiums, that would be, really cool. But, that's not what I'm after right now.
Right on. Like I said, it's your show, man. You can dream as big as you want
Yeah,
to.
I
I
guess.
mean, use it for inspiration later. Be like, I called that
Right, right,
however many
right.
years ago on We Are Legion Live, and it's
Right.
right there on video.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never really thought about it, that much. So that's really a good question that I guess I would have to think about more.
You really should take some time and think things like that out. Give yourself a little bit of time to dream and just set back, and it'll help you the creative juices. Really, it will, because it'll give you time to relax and get back in. If you're always working and getting in there, then that's when you get the writer's block and things like that. So, yeah,
That is a good point.
give yourself a little bit of time to do a little bit of dreaming.
Yeah, that is a good point. 'Cause I'm a perfectionist, so I'm usually, working or promoting and doing all of that stuff when, like, I have expectations,
You know,
of, realistic dreams, but I guess I
I'm
never
pretty much the
fulfill them.
same way, and I gotta tell myself and force myself to stop and take a break and set back and kind of stop and smell the roses, if you will.
Right,
Because if you don't, then you kind of miss out on all the fun parts of everything, and it just becomes everything becomes work, and you don't want everything to be work. You want to have
right.
some fun in doing what you do, and so yeah, give yourself a little bit of time to just daydream about stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, if
that's
you want
definitely a
to,
good point.
if you want to say, if someone comes up to you next time and you can just boom, I want to play the Q in Cleveland. I want to at my Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. If that's what you want to tell them, dream it, man. Because if you don't dream it, then you can't shoot for it. Uh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
keep stuff like that in mind.
for sure. Yeah, that's definitely a great point.
Um, so you said you got another song getting ready to come out sometime in April.
Mhm.
What are your immediate plans after that? Do you have some more songs that you're ready to record, or you still in the creative process? What's going on there?
I have um the second song. Hopefully, like the music part for the second song is completely done. The vocals are probably being recorded or next week or the week after. I have another song after that that's fully done and fully mastered and everything. And then I have other songs that I'm kind of working on musically right now. So I have a lot of stuff that, like, I'm, in different stages of the process that I'm working on. So I definitely have a lot of stuff.
Okay, so and do you do your own producing as well?
I do I do my own producing. I do have somebody to do outside mastering. Fadeaway did not use this person because I couldn't afford it at the time, and that's that's it is what it is. But definitely the next song will be fully mastered professionally. And the song after that, which I think is the song that was already mastered, um, that's going to be the song after the next one.
You know, I had a guy on last night, and he was telling me about this service that he subscribes to, where it goes in and you could do your own mastering. So if you get a chance, watch my show from last night. I can't remember the name of the service, but it's my show from last night with Godzilla Attacks Tokyo, Kamikaze Blues Band. Uh,
Mhm.
he had a lot of great. He it's a There's this whole story with how the name came about as well on there. So yeah, definitely check that show out. He had a lot of good insights, and he has this place where he goes and it gives you choices on how you want to master that, and allows you to master your own stuff. And maybe it can save you a little bit of money doing it
Right,
that way. I don't know the pricing or anything like that, but it's worth a shot if you can if you want to check it out. But
right,
he gave a lot of good insights and stuff like that last night. Um,
right. I
really,
can
since you're just
definitely tell.
starting out, if
Mhm,
you go back and watch pretty much any of the episodes that we've done, uh,
mhm,
I'm sure you could pick up a little bit of something from everyone because
mhm,
we've done this now. We're probably what 15, 20 episodes in now, and
mhm.
we've hit people with varying degrees of experience in the music industry. Um, for sure, we had Kelly Kenter on here, who's 28 years in the music industry. I believe it was, and I know it's been a long time that he's been in there, and
Mhm.
yeah, just kind of watch those episodes, and if you want to hit up those people, because most of them will be more than happy to let you pick their brain and give you advice and help you out going through because you're wearing a lot of hats right now for your band,
That's true. Yeah.
and it's real easy to kind of burn yourself out if
Right.
you're not taking those breaks, like I said, to kind of do a little bit of dreaming and uh, take take a break and spend a half hour or so picking someone's brain from Twitter or something. There's so many in the community here that would be more than happy to help you out, and I guarantee pretty much any question that you have, there's someone out there in the community that can answer it for you. Uh,
Right.
Without a doubt, yeah. So, and it's it's pretty fun. I mean, the indie community is way better than uh, the community where, I mean, it's great to have a record deal and stuff like that if they're going to pay you buku bucks, but being able to do your own music the way you want to do it is there's something special about that as well.
Yeah, and that's definitely like the way of the future too, with NFTs becoming like a thing now. So yeah, I definitely will take that advice.
Uh, yeah, and I mean, you don't have to actually take my advice on it. I mean, you can actually ask other artists out there who actually do it. I mean, I'm just a talking head, and I talk music with people, and I'm more of a marketing type of person that helps out in that area and promoting. But as for the music side, that's about the extent of my musical talent is sitting here talking about music. Uh,
I mean, don't you know? discredit yourself on that because,
you know,
anything, I'll take anything really. Marketing,
yeah.
music, any advice is good advice to me at this point.
Well,
I
yeah,
love,
and especially as many hats and stuff that you wear, you do your own social media stuff. You
yeah,
kind of do your own producing. You play the instruments. You do the vocals. You do the writing and stuff. It could be very easy that you could just completely just burn yourself down. Um, and so, yeah, definitely take a little bit of time and just pick the brains of some of these people that have been around for a while and. I guarantee you'll pick up some really cool stuff and some really cool tricks that kind of ease the burden of things to come.
yeah,
Because um, as long as you keep putting content out there online and stuff and keeping your name out there, people are going to they're going to remember you and they're going to catch on and things are going to be. The song that you do have out is a really good song, and but you only have the one out right now. So
hmm
if they do dig it, they're going to want more of it.
hmm
So you gotta continually put out new stuff
hmm
for people to continue following along. Because if you just got the one song out there, and after a while, even the best song people get burnt out on, and
hmm
so yeah, they're gonna do it,
yeah,
and definitely let people know whenever you're dropping music, like me, and I got several people that I work with who do playlists.
uh-huh,
There are playlists that we can get it on and things like that. That's
right, that's
free that you don't have to pay for, and
right,
to help get the promoting out there. I'm not knocking anybody's game. If you want to pay to get promoted, that's on you. But there are people out there who will do it for free, and so
yeah,
take advantage of those opportunities as they arise.
for sure,
Because the more money you save doing that, the more money you get to put back in your own pocket. So,
for sure. And then the more money goes into the actual music
oh
itself.
yeah,
So,
it goes back into you can invest in yourself.
right.
So,
Yeah, no, that's definitely like right now, that's definitely like what I'm mainly pushing is to put the song like onto playlists.
mm-hmm.
So that's definitely like
uh, have you
what
got
I'm
it on
doing.
to any playlist
Yeah,
right now?
I've gotten it onto a few. Like I said, I'm on a group of people that were on one playlist, and we each stream the playlist every day. So I have it on that. I have it on a couple of other playlists, and White Line of Surrender, which is the song that I did with Mikey Tardy in October, is on a couple of playlists. So I'm definitely, getting my stuff out there, and that's, my main goal, because I only have the one or two songs. So that's my main goal right now as I keep making more music. But you're definitely, right that that's a lot of stuff for one person to do.
Yeah, and well, why don't you whenever tonight after the show or tomorrow, go ahead and DM me, and I'll give you a list of people that you can talk to who are playlist curators, and we'll
Uh-huh.
see about getting your song onto some more playlists.
Right. That would be
Uh,
awesome.
and so you say you're primarily on TikTok. So I haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to check out your TikTok yet. Do you do your own stuff over on TikTok, or you do like
Mhm.
covers, or what do you do over there on TikTok?
I mean, not all of it is music. I do cover some stuff on there. I did use it to promote my single. But I just have a lot of fun, just making like TikTok videos. And they don't always have to be, about, the music. Some of them are just about, other music things that I'm passionate about. There was one that I did that went pretty viral about Screaming Jay Hawkins, and how the first goth artist. He was considered the first gothic artist, and he was a black man. I did that for Black History Month, and people seem to like it. And I make content of that nature, and some that isn't about music at all, but a lot of it is music.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't always have to be about music. As long as you're getting content out there, you're still connecting with your fans and allowing them to get to know you more as a person by doing that. And if they can get to know you a little bit better as a person, then it's easier for them to connect with your music.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is being able to someone connect with you through your music, and get them to get what you're feeling when you write the song. And when you can do that, then you've got this game beat,
Right. And yeah, I definitely.
And
sometimes I just think whatever I want.
Yeah, whenever you're connecting like that. Anytime you're keeping your name out there and things like that, it's a good thing. There's an old saying: "There's no bad press."
Yeah.
Even the worst press is still good to some degree, because you're still keeping your name out there. You're keeping it in people's minds, and you're keeping it going. And I mean, it may sound weird because you're like, but
no, I definitely.
Even people who do stupid stuff, like take someone like Jeffrey Dahmer. No one knew Jeffrey Dahmer before they found out he ate people.
Right.
But definitely everybody knows Jeffrey Dahmer, and they'll never forget Jeffrey Dahmer. And that was some pretty bad press that he had. But still, just anytime that you can keep your name out there, because you never know what's going to go with what is going to go viral these days. And so keep your name out there and keep your face out in front of people is a good thing these days, because people's attention spans are almost non-existent anymore.
15 seconds, and that's it.
I mean, I have small kids, and I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they almost have longer attention spans than a lot of adults do these days. So, and that's not saying a whole lot.
But, I can't say that I'm much better. So I definitely.
Well, I mean, that's just the way that people have been programmed for the last.
That's absolutely
20, 25 years in the internet age. That's everything is readily available now, and if anything that you want is at the touch of your keyboard, you go find it, you get your fill of it, you move on to something else, and that's just how things are. Whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, social media, what have you, everything is right there available for you on.
Right.
And so you don't have to have the attention span that some of us that were around before the internet can remember having to have, because you may not hear about stuff. I mean, it used to take a long time for music to get from the coast to the middle of the country where I'm at.
Right.
Well, we were usually a couple months behind the coast when it came to music, but now everybody is on equal footing, because you drop something online, the whole world gets it at the same time. So,
yeah.
So
it's a blessing and a curse.
You're doing the right things, and you seem to be, but I do encourage you to do the couple things that I mentioned, like take time to dream. Because I don't care who interviews you, someone's going to ask you how you see yourself in the future, or what venue would you like to play, and even if it's even if it's your favorite venue is just some funky hole in the wall that hardly anybody knows about, but if that's your place, have that be your place,
Yeah.
and if you want to play Wembley Stadium or the Q or
Hmm.
uh, something, the Staples Center, what have you, just give yourself time
Hmm.
to dream and definitely get out there and pick the brains of a bunch of different artists and let them kind of help you out and work your way through there. And
Right. Yeah. That's really
uh,
important.
but so we're going to kind of wind down for the night. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what your social media accounts are again, so they know how to find you before we end tonight.
So Twitter is Color of the Sun one. TikTok is Color of the Sun band, no space, and Instagram is Color of the Sun _ band. And then
Okay.
Fade Away is available everywhere as far
Okay,
as music.
I put Fade Away out there in the comments, so they'll be able to see it for the Spotify.
Right.
Do you have any type of like merch site or anything like that, or a website
Nope,
as of right yet?
not yet.
Well, you might want to think about at least getting the domain name that you want for a
Right.
website, and
Sure.
kind of put all your links together, or at least doing like a link tree.
I
To
do have a link tree. It's linked on my Instagram right now. The distribution for my song is on my Twitter, but the link tree will be on my Twitter pretty soon again. So I
uh,
definitely have that, and you're definitely right about the domain
and,
name.
and actually, my good friend Mike here, goes by Three Mind Blight on
Hmm.
Twitter. He said
Hmm.
said if you need any advice or anything, go ahead and DM him.
Okay.
And yeah, definitely do that. Mike's a very talented guy, and
Right.
he wears a lot of hats himself. So he kind of does what you do,
Right.
but he's been doing it longer, and
Yeah.
so he could definitely give you some hints and stuff there.
Right.
Um, Also, make sure you let me know whenever you're getting ready to drop. Uh, Someone said, "Do you have anything on Bandcamp?"
I do not have anything on Bandcamp.
Okay,
No.
well, you need to get some stuff on Bandcamp. Get your music out there on Bandcamp because they do. I believe it's one Friday every month where they don't
Right. That
charge you royalties,
they don't charge royalties.
so you get 100% of it from that day. And
Right.
especially when you get merch and stuff like that,
Right.
those Bandcamp Fridays can be a savior for an indie artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you push everybody in there, everybody's waiting for that Bandcamp Friday to go out and buy your merch and stuff like that.
Right.
So I definitely encourage that.
Right. Right.
But
Right. 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 For sure.
if you need anything, you know how to DM me, and I can
Hmm.
point you in the right direction. Uh,
Hmm.
if you ever want to come back on the show, you just let me know. Again,
Hmm.
always let me know whenever you're getting ready to drop a new song because we'll pump it up and if you're especially if you're going to do any pre-saves or anything like that, and
Yeah.
we'll try to get those numbers up because those pre-saves are going to help you get on playlists and things like that. So,
Right. Right. Right.
all right. Well, before we wind it up for the evening, is there anything you like to tell everybody that's been watching before we go?
Thank you for watching me because I didn't, I came within this with no, expectations. So this was all, really great help.
Well, Rana, well, we really appreciate you being on the show. And anything you need, go ahead and you DM me, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. All right.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you again for being on the show. You have a great evening, and we will talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was Color of the Sun, and he's only got that one song out, but he's got another one getting ready to come out in April. So I hope everybody goes out and streams that one song because it was really good. Mike, I wrote it in the comments back there for you. If you need it again, you can always DM me or whatnot, or go out there on Spotify and look it up under Color of the Sun. Uh, Other than that, well, thank you, Mike, and we will be back again on Saturday at 8:30 Central Time with Durek, uh, who just had some music come out this week, I believe. His management told me, so we will be uh, uh, doing an interview with him on Saturday, and then we will be back again on Tuesday with Glitch at 8:30. So those are the ones we got lined up right now. Thank everybody for coming out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out, and if you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe, turn on the notifications, because who knows when I'm going to be on here. I just surprise everybody and show up whenever, these days, because I work around the artist's schedule, and if I don't have a show that day and someone DMs me and says, "Hey man, can you do a show tonight?" I'm like, "Sure, let's get it done." I want to help as many people as possible, and things are starting to look up. We're starting to get some numbers coming in, and there may not be as many live views as I would like, but the after effects there's quite a few people viewing after the fact, which is still pretty good for right now, and we're only getting bigger. But thank you all again for coming out, and we will see you on Saturday night. Y'all have a good evening.